Planning your big leap into your educational journey abroad, that's awesome. But there are certain crucial aspects that you should be aware of to safeguard yourself from certain frauds that happens with students. In our previous video, we talked about scholarship scams, certain freebie scams that happens with students. Today, we dive deeper into certain more threatful scams that happens with students, which is university admission scams or fake visa scams, admission fee frauds, and students loan frauds. So let's get started and equip yourself with the knowledge to outsmart the scammers and safeguard your educational dream. First on our list is the fake admissions fraud. With more and more students coming from the small towns to pursue their higher education abroad, this has led to an average growth of 53 and 109% in Tier 2 and Tier 3 markets. And unfortunately, that has given rise to bogus agents and fake universities preying on innocent students. These bogus agents often submit fake academic and bank documentations to embassies and the colleges. And they trick students into enrolling into fake or substandard or unrecognized universities. In fact, there has been a case of some 700 odd Indian students who have gone to Canada through a bogus agent via scam documents, and now they were on the verge of getting deportation, only for the crimes committed by the bogus agent and the educational counselor. So now the question is, how do these fraudsters commit these scams? Well, they typically draft fake college admission letters and do the visa formalities based on these fake documents. And once the students land into the foreign country, then these agents inform the students that they cannot be enrolled to their promised university due to certain reasons like deferral or unavailability of the seats. And in desperation, the students land up into another college and university, which is a low or a substandard one, without even realizing that they have been scammed by these agents. The second type of the scam is the admission fee fraud. Many agents deceive students by promising them to submit their application into multiple universities, but they end up submitting them only into few of them and pocketing the rest of their admission fee money. This not only wastes the money of the student, but overall the most important thing is they reduce down their chances of getting into a good university and hence pushing their future into the dark. So how can you identify these bogus agents and protect yourself from these scams? Here are certain signs to look out for. Firstly, if the agent is focusing more on painting a rosy picture of your future in abroad rather than discussing academics aspects like the SAT or the GPA, it's likely a red flag. Genuine agents would always focus more on the accreditations, course credits, academic calendars, and the job opportunity. Secondly, be aware of the high claims made by these bogus agents of getting you a work permit after your graduation. They may also falsely claim to be representing some reputable study abroad consultants and agents. The third warning sign is if the agent talks more than they listen. This clearly indicates the incompetency of the agent of making money rather than genuinely understanding what the concerns and requirements of the students are. Another major red flag is when an agent guarantees you a visa or any admission. Always remember that there is no immigration consultant who has the authority to commit you visa or admission on behalf of any educational institution abroad. Neither any agent can guarantee you a visa in exchange of money. Lastly, if there is a discrepancy between what the visa agent claims and what the official website of the university states, it raises concerns. Always double check the information with the university's official website and the embassy to ensure that you are not being misled. So what can you do to protect yourself from these bogus agents? Firstly, we recommend you to handling your application process into the university independently by directly applying through college's official websites. This way, you can be doubly sure of the rules and the visa fee involved. But if you still choose to go through the agents, we would recommend you to check their credentials and their company's credentials. Like how long they have been into the business, what is their success ratio of visas and admissions, and if you can, talk to any of their previous clients on the same. Do your proper research and only trust reputable agents. You need to be very cautious of any such fraudulent incident happening with you, because in this case, even if it is not your fault, eventually the visa fraud or the deportation remains on your immigration records, which can eventually make your profile ineligible for any future visas. Parents, this one is for you. A checklist to ensure that your child is not falling victim to any of such scams. Check if the university or the college your child is applying to is a legitimate one. Verify the validity of the accreditation of the course they are applying for, and make sure that the visa guarantees a degree upon the completion of the course. And verify all the documents, cross-check them once at your end rather than blindly trusting the agent. Moving on to the third type of the scam, which is the student's loan fraud. With the rise of the students seeking opportunities of higher education abroad, loan is one of the necessary part of the process. And that has also given rise to the scams related to the education loan fraud with students. So in order to protect yourself from any fraudulent lenders, here are some tips to identify the loan fraud. Firstly, be wary of the lenders who ask you for any sort of advance fee for applying for the loan. Even in case of most reputable lenders, they are not supposed to ask you for any advance fee for providing you a loan. Secondly, there are no consolidation options for any sort of student's loan. So beware of any company or lender who claims to consolidate your loan at a lower interest rate. Thirdly, be cautious if there is any loan agent or company that promises to eliminate your loan debt for a nominal fee. Always remember that there is no option to eliminate your loan debt by any company or any sort of agents, unless there has been any unforeseen circumstances like an untimely demise of the borrower. Lastly, never share your personal or financial details or documents with any person you do not trust or are not sure of their legitimacy. And it is always advisable to take an immediate action in case you identify any fraud happening with you or you've already been a victim of any fraud. You should file an FIR immediately under your local authorities and take all the proofs of the documentation and the fraud that has happened with you. And you can always share this video with all those people around you who are looking for starting their education journey abroad so that they don't fall victim into any such fraudulent activity.